Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Welcome.
Welcome back to another total exposure for the culture.
Yay. My name's Jay.
Sorry, Jay.
What is happening tonight?
Go on.
I'm Gems, Total Exposure's visionary.
I'm Cindy, aka Miss Chromes, one of the event managers for Total Exposure.
My name's Jaisha. I'm also one of the event managers, part of Total Exposure based in Birmingham. And we've got some dope artists and guests on our show today. As you can see, one of the beautiful guests that we have on is currently here with us. We are going to let her introduce herself in a bit, but before we do go any further, we want to make sure we do all that good stuff, which is make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram, which is at Total Exposure UK. Follow us on Facebook. Hey to our Facebook family. Hey girls and guys. You can follow us over there on Total Exposure UK. You can find us right here every single Thursday, 9 p.m. We come with everything for the culture, basically, as it says. Everything music, anything art, anything spoken word, anything dance, anything. We want to expose creatives. So if you know anyone who's a creative, get them to hit us up on email or follow our social medias again, which is at Total Exposure UK. I'm happy to be here for another Thursday. How are you, ladies?
Pumped.
Jaisha,
who are you wearing?
Oh, I'm wearing a jumper. It just says Brooklyn on there. But at the moment, I'm really feeling the hoodies and heels. If you're not following me on Instagram and you're into fashion, go over to my Instagram, check me out, X Jaisha Lee X. I love fashion, but this is actually just a Primark jumper from the men's section.
Do you know what? I love the men's section in Primark, you know, I can't lie.
Do you know something? Do you know who you should check out?
Yeah.
Butch's Apparel. He's got some good hoodies.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So, especially as it's winter, a good hoodie, some knee-high boots, little cute heel, a nice denim jacket.
Trying to go over here.
We've got the beautiful Art by Nature with us today. We are going to get into what she does, but we're going to let her introduce herself first. Introduce yourself, beautiful. You're on mute, darling. Everybody does this. Anytime someone comes on.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm Anita Nicole, and also known as Art by Nature. and I'm an artist.
Yeah. And clarify for the people when you say artist, because sometimes we get mixed up and we think artist as in a singer, a rapper, a musician. Let them know exactly what type of artist you are.
So basically, I paint, I illustrate, I draw, mainly canvases. So I create like modern, contemporary pieces of art.
Love it.
Cool.
Love it. Have you got any questions today? James usually comes with these trivia questions that usually has our minds like, what is she talking about? But I love them still. You got any for us today, James?
I mean, I don't have a question. It's more like a quote.
Okay.
It's something that I keep seeing throughout the week, like seizing opportunities. So if something is for you, will you waver or will you just go for it head on?
Let our guest answer first. Art by nature. How are you?
So
What type of
if something is for me, would
you waver on it or would you just go head on?
I think if it's for me, yeah, I would. I'd go head on. Yeah.
The question is, how do you know whether it's for you or not?
I suppose sometimes you don't, do you? But I don't know, maybe it's good to be curious.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to do your research, but maybe you don't have time to do research. So sometimes it's just like now or never.
Yeah. Would you say that you're a risk taker?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. I think there's a lot of things that I do that is probably risky, but then at the same time, I'm quite cautious. I'm either or.
Yeah.
If you don't take the risk, then you'll never know what's on the other end. You're just always wondering.
You don't be a wanderer all your life.
Ever since I've met Jaisha, she's always been like, Gemma, you need to just seize opportunities. When they fall on your lap, take them.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm always the one that's sitting there like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I believe that you should take risks. I know I'm a type of person where if I don't take it, I'm gonna keep thinking like what could have been, and I do that with everything. Like not even risk. Sometimes I see a pair of shoes, and if I don't buy them, I'm just like, what? What am I
like that about trainers? I'm like that with trainers.
Yeah. But I feel like life is made to be fully enjoyed, and sometimes you have to take risks in order to fully enjoy it. And like Rita said, that if you do your homework and it makes sense, then why not?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a risk taker.
That's good.
Yeah. I like to take risks.
Well, obviously you guys do, or we do, because if we didn't, Total Exposure would not be here.
100%.
That's true.
So thank you to the risk takers out there. But I mean, the risk takers are the ones that make the world go round. With everything, if someone didn't decide to do something and take that risk and take that leap of faith, there's a lot of things that we use on a day-to-day basis, or that we do on a day-to-day basis, that wouldn't even be possible. So big up all the people that take risks and the ones that actually make a change in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So Benita, tell us a little bit more about your artwork and how long you've been doing it.
So I've always been interested in art from a very, very young age. I think the one person that's driven me to kind of believe in myself has always been my mum. I think when I was in GCSE art, she saw me do this like massive painting, and she was like to me, "Did you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh my God." And then she started with, "When God gives you a gift," she said, "You must follow it. You mustn't give it up." And then, like, as time's gone on, like, I never really took it that seriously. So I would do things here and there, but just never took it serious. And then one day I got cussed out. And so I started to take it seriously. And then as soon as I started to do that, I started selling my artwork. And it's just been like continuous ever since. So the type of artwork that I do, I try to use like existing styles, but then recreate like everyday objects, everyday things in my own way. And I like to include like African like motif into it as well, because I feel that there's a lot of wealth in like African art and it's not recognized. So if you look at companies like the Arts Council, way up the top, there's no one that looks like me, you, or you guys. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that if I'm not going to get noticed as a person like that, then at least it can be in my artwork. I've noticed that there's a big trend, whether you're white or black, to be painting black women and black men and black children at the moment. When you look on Instagram and you see it. So like, I try to stay away from that, to be honest. What I'm more interested in is patterns and shapes, because if you do like your research in like Africa, in the clothing especially, they use a lot of patterns and shapes. But actually those patterns and shapes, they kind of derive from messages from the ancestors. So even with the roll and the different patterns in the hair and stuff like that, you'll see like zigzags, you'll see lines, you'll see squares. But actually back in the day, they were messages. And also a lot of the shapes and patterns are taken from nature. So you'll see like the roads and the cashew trees and things like that emulated in the work. So that's why I put a lot of that in my work.
I love that. I love that. I had the opportunity to check out Bonita's work, and it's mind blowing. I mean, personally, I love art. I feel like, so I, just a little bit of background, I do interior design, and I feel like when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to speak to her on a level, because I need some of her pieces in the house. And my own house. Like, I've actually seen the one that I commented on recently. I'm like, I need that in my house.
Yeah,
and I feel like art speaks to you on a different level. Like, it can change a space, it gives you that emotion. So I love, and especially where the fact that you're talking about a journey and a people and a time, and you're invoking that in your pieces, that's like even more mind-blowing. So
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how does art make you feel? Like, when you see a certain picture, does it like make you feel a certain feeling? Because there's certain things that I see and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's breathtaking, or oh my gosh, that's making me feel a bit weird. And there's levels and depths to depicting art as well, because there's different layers, there's different textures.
Can even trigger memories as well. Weirdly enough, I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but
I think the good thing about art is that it's so subjective. Like, we could look at the same picture and you can see a guitar, you can see a flower, and I can see a bus. Do you know what I mean? So it touches everyone in a completely different way, which I think is quite powerful. And some people, they look at art and they're like, what's that? Like, they really can't work it out. And some people look at art and, as you said, it touches you. So it just depends on the viewer, really.
I agree.
I'm into like abstract art at the moment.
I was about to say the same thing. Abstract art has always been that thing for me where I feel like it can mean anything you want it to mean, based on what you see. And especially like in houses, like if I do a house, I prefer to use abstract art because it doesn't speak to anything. Do you get what I mean? Like, I might sound weird. I don't have a lot of family photos, but I have like abstract art. Because
question.
Go on.
Are you gonna put that in my house?
Yes. Of course.
Okay.
Of course. We might have to get an actual art by nature one to put up.
What?
And that as well. So do you do like bespoke pieces? Like if someone came to you and said, this is the kind of look that I want, these are the colors, would you do bespoke pieces?
Yeah, 100%. Like that's what I have been doing for quite a while now. Which is really, really great. And then I have like my own personal collection. So from time to time, I just do my own thing. And then when I put it up, people are like, oh, I want it like this though, or I want it in this size, or can I have that piece? So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where do you grab your inspiration from?
I don't know. People often ask me that, and I couldn't really tell you. I don't paint all the time. I paint when I feel to paint, if that makes sense. And well, I tell you one thing though, like when I look at other artists like Picasso, Roy Lichtenstein, Salvador Dali, all those people, like I don't see their style as theirs. I always feel like they have been inspired by what was before, and that's why it's led me all the way back because they must have got their inspiration from somewhere else. There was some pieces that I wanted to show, but at the moment they're in a gallery. So some of my work is on exhibition at the moment. So like I can show you a piece if you want.
Yeah, really love
to. So like I have these two that basically go together, and like it's very abstract, but it also kind of takes inspiration from Picasso.
You can see that inspiration.
Yeah, but more so these two. So you have these here, and you have these here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I would say I'm really feeling Picasso at the moment, but I would prefer to do it in my own style and use, as I said, like African motifs to represent.
How have you found art to be profitable?
Yeah, I definitely think if you can get your artwork in the right places, that it can be profitable. But as I said to you, like the places that you need to be with the people that spend the money, the people there don't look like us. So it's like, how do you get into those spaces? Like, where can you go? And maybe even I'm wrong. Like, I don't know, but it's not something that's very accessible. Like the information is so not accessible.
Yeah. Why is it you think that the information isn't accessible?
I feel like there's a kind of arena, and unless you're in that arena, then you won't hear or you won't know about that kind of stuff. So before I started doing spoken word, I never knew where to go for the spoken word that I like to hear and to be amongst the people I like to be amongst. Until I started getting into that and someone showed me, I didn't know.
No, we love that. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, how are you doing?
Welcome. Thank you.
Hi.
You.
This is our next special guest for this evening. Tracy, we will get into what you do in a little bit. We're just speaking to the beautiful Art by Nature about her artwork that she's currently doing and her journey as well. So thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Another question, Benita. What advice would you give to an up and coming artist?
I would keep going. I wouldn't kind of like give up because you're not kind of like where you want to be. It's like I only have like 400 and something followers, but my followers engage with me. So I could have like 10,000 followers and I don't hear from nobody. Do you know what I mean? But my page, like people engage with me all the time, and that's something special. So because like social media is used to kind of promote and sell and speak to people, like don't ever feel because you're not getting, you know, everything that everyone else is getting, that it's not working.
Yeah, definitely. Were you gonna ask something, guys?
Yeah. Sorry. Do you know what it is? We can't see when we switch to like the chat. We can't see you guys.
No problem. You don't have to see us.
What we do?
How have you found promoting on Instagram? Is that the only social platform that you use? Do you use other social media platforms?
I'm rubbish at networking. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is not me. Like even being on here, this is so not me. And you could probably tell. Like I'm an '80s baby, so I didn't have none of this. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, everything was about Instagram and talking to people, and I'm just like, wow, like what's this? I literally just paid. So I found it difficult, to be honest, but I'm getting used to it slowly.
That's beautiful. Tracy, what's your feelings towards art? What type of art are you into?
You're on mute.
Sorry, I love drawing myself. So I love painting and things like that as well. That's really dope. And graphic design.
That's really good. I always say that, like, if you're creative, you're most likely going to dabble in any forms of art or in quite a few forms of art. So, like ourselves here at part of Total Exposure team, we're into music. All three of us are dancing. I do interior designing, dance, like we all do. Yeah. So I feel like once you have that one thing that's creative in you, and you tend to have maybe more than one thing, or if you don't, like dabble a little bit, or you kind of cross paths. So if you are an artist or you draw, you might do a graphic design, or so I feel like that's a great thing about being in the arts, that you can really cross paths, and that's the most beautiful thing as well. I don't think there's anything else, any type of job, any type of hobby, maybe I'm being biased, that is like yeah. I could be
like dance.
Sorry?
Did you say like dance?
I find dance as being a part of the arts as well. Like class it in there as well.
Yeah.
I think Gemma has a question.
No, I don't. No, I love dance. I grew up doing ballet, being a ballerina, and a tap dancer.
Oh, awesome!
Contemporary dance as well. So yeah.
Mine was completely opposite. I did street dance. I did street dance and dance hall.
Yeah.
Love it.
How do you transfer or turn an idea or a concept that you have in your mind? How do you transfer that onto a canvas? So I know, like for myself, sometimes what I have up here sometimes it's difficult to get out onto paper, whether I'm writing a song, whether I'm singing, whether I'm designing a space. Sometimes that is difficult. So what's your process of being able to get from what's in your mind and being able to convey that in a way that speaks to other people?
Freedom, like total freedom. So like I'll have a big canvas in front of me, and I'll just paint. And what I originally started out to do, sometimes that's not the end result. So sometimes I see things within things, and then I start doing other things, and then it's just it's just there.
And so what you intended for it to be sometimes is not how it ends up being.
Yeah, and that's the freedom about art. Like I love it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Have you exhibited any of your collection, like your whole collection?
I've never had like a personal exhibition, but I'm working on that. But I've been a part of other people's exhibition, like they've invited me to come down and showcase. So as I was saying before, I'm in the BCAG at the moment, which is the Birmingham Contemporary Art Gallery. So my stuff's in there at the moment.
Cool.
Oh, that's wicked.
That's so good. That's so good. The fact that you put yourself out there.
Like, oh, sorry. Can
No.
you talk through like some of the pieces that you held up
that are currently in the gallery?
So I haven't got them to hand because they're in the gallery.
Yeah.
But two of the pieces that are in there, so they're like two pieces that go together like this. They're quite big actually. They're quite massive. What they were, so I kind of filled the canvas with gold leaf, and then after that, then I started drawing like the shapes and the lines, as I said as well, and then adding in faces and etc. etc. It actually looks like, or so I've been told, like some sort of lost stone from Egypt. So the two of them that are like go together, like they're actually really rich, and that's why I used the gold, because I wanted to get that across. Yeah. And then the other piece is actually a woman. So like she's leaning back, she's free, she's liberated. And with that piece, it's more texture that I've used to convey a feeling within the picture. I wish I could show you, but I don't have them at the moment.
I'm sure we'll see them at some point. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Currently, where your art is being exhibited, how do people go, or where can they go and find that current work that you do have that's exhibited?
So you can go on my Instagram page, which is _artbynature, or you can go to www.vanitanicole.com. But if you go to my Instagram, you can find the link there. That's
perfect. And we can't even ask when's your next piece of artwork coming up, because it literally happens when it happens, isn't it?
Well, I'm working on a commission at the moment for somebody, and that piece should be completed soon. But yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that piece?
Pardon?
Can you tell us a little bit about that piece?
Yeah, so that piece that I was doing, so I'm not sure if anyone's been on my page, but there's a black and silver piece, and the person wanted it in a larger scale, in black and white. So that piece again, you've got like a lot of patterns in it, you've got a lot of faces in it, which again is similar to the other work that I'm doing. So I'm trying to put a collection together. Yeah, basically.
That would be good. And the last question from me, I'm asking you like your whole life story.
Ask away.
That you did show us. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you came to doing those and completing those?
What, the ones that I did show?
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, I have no idea. So as I said, I picked up the canvas because I was in the mood to paint, thought about the colors that I want to use, started doing the artwork on it, and then one thing led to another, and here it is. Literally.
That's beautiful. If there's anything that you could, if there was no restrictions and you could get to the end of the goal in terms of where you want to be as an artist, what would that look like for you?
Do you know what? I'd love to be amongst a collective of artists, people that are not established, people that have got talent, or people that are able to convey how they feel and what they see through their own lens on canvas, and I'd love to be amongst those people showing work. And I'd also like to see my work on clothing as well.
And clothing, I would wear it.
Yeah, I would as well.
No, that would be dope. Another question. Sorry, I know I said I had one more.
Oh, it's cool.
If we were to bring you back on the show and challenge you to do a piece within a certain time frame, could you do that?
Yeah, I could, but be prepared for a lot of mistakes, and the mistakes turn into something.
That's beautiful. I feel like that's what life is about. That's what life is about. So I would love to do that. I'm sure me and the ladies will have a conversation about getting you back on the show and actually doing a live piece in front of the people and let people see how your process is and that whole having mistakes but coming out with a beautiful end product. I feel like that would be dope.
That's fine.
So we'll definitely get you back on the show to do that.
Okay, cool.
We need to give Art by Nature a deadline then. So we'll come back to you with that one.
Sure. No.
Never know, she might message us next week and be like, guys, I've actually just done a random piece. I've done this, got some motivation. I'm ready to showcase it. Who knows?
No. I feel like had we thought of it before, it would have been nice for her to do it on the show now, but I mean, unless you've got
live art, don't worry, when our physical show comes back,
that would be good. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think we could have got like Tracy to sing. We could have got Art by Nature to
while she's singing,
exactly.
how she's feeling at the time. Yeah,
That sounds cool.
It does.
That sounds cool.
We're definitely gonna do something and we're gonna get that popping. But thank you so much, Vanita, for coming and talking to us about your artwork and what you do and your journey so far.
Well, let the people know.
Yeah, let the people know. Let the people know where they can find you again, so they can find you on Instagram and all your other social medias.
So on Instagram, it's Art by Nature, _ Art by Nature, and my website is www.vanitanicole.com.
Perfect.
That's
and
it.
you just spell the Vanita for them, just
yeah, V-E-N for November, E-T-T-A, and then Nicole.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Guys, go check out Vanita Nicole, www.vanitanicole.com, or go and check out her Instagram, which is @_Art by Nature. Check out her pieces, and we will definitely be having Vanita back on the show and do that challenge, because I'd love to see you in your elements. So yeah,
cool. Thank you.
If you want to listen further in on the show, you can stick around with us.
Stay with us.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It's really nice of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being involved.
Thank you.
So we have Tracy R in the house.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you girls doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good. Oh, that's good.
So why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and your background in music? Let's start with that.
Well, my name is Tracy R. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, performer, I dance as well. And I've been doing music for a good while. And it's a mixture, it's a cross between R&B and pop, I would say. Is that my microphone causing problems?
I think it might be. Hold on.
Is that better?
It's not fully distorted. You can hear a little bit of not too bad. So what we'll do is everybody else will just mute themselves while you're talking, and hopefully that will Fix the pop.
Thank you. Yes, so it's a cross between R&B and pop. My journey in music, well, that first started off with my dad being a musician, and I've always been surrounded by music. And I started dancing when I was probably about around age 6, 7, and that was to Michael Jackson. So I had my black hat and everything, and I had these boots that I used to dance in, and my parents, they'd record me, and yeah, so from there, that I went into poetry, and then from poetry into songwriting and singing, and later on producing. And I studied music in secondary school, and did performing arts, and then I studied commercial music at the University of Westminster, and that was really cool just to learn about the business side of the industry, because of course that's so important. And yeah, and then from there onwards, it's just been a journey of just growing and building and maturing as an artist, really.
Love that. So you said your dad was a musician as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is he like your idol? Is he someone that you just look up to
He's
for inspiration?
yeah, big inspiration, definitely.
So does he, as a musician, what does he do exactly?
Well, singing and songwriting and producing as well. So
Nice.
he's written some amazing songs over the years. Really inspiring songs to help people. It's helped people through a lot of tough times. So yeah, it's really inspiring, uplifting stuff.
How did you transition from dance into music? So I know that you said that you were inspired by having your dad at home who did music himself.
Yeah.
You started off with dance. So what made you want to transition from dance and actually do music?
Oh gosh, I really love dancing, and I don't know. I think, well, I know that when I was younger, my dad sometimes he'd ask me to do backing vocals on some of his tracks. My voice was so squeaky and high pitched, but I think just over the years, just listening to music, listening to the likes of Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, people like that, just, I don't know, it just came together. It's a good question because actually I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
All formulated into one.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a conscious decision that you made, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, it kind of happened. But by the time I got to secondary school, when I was in year 7, I knew what I wanted to do.
So where did you go from there? So you said by the time you got to secondary school, you knew that you wanted to pursue music and do that a bit more. So what was then your next thing? What is it that you did to actively pursue that then music career or getting into it?
Well, I think the first thing, being in secondary school, it would have been doing my music GCSE, just learning a bit more about the structure of music and things like that. And then from there, it was like learning to produce and put things together at home. And I did performing arts. They didn't do music at my college, and it's quite weird because I always thought that from the open day, I thought that they did. And because they had a music studio, and I was like, oh great, they do music, I'm going. And turns out they didn't. So I was doing performing arts, but at home I was still that was my main time of learning to really produce music and put music together. And then from there, I took a gap year out, and then I went to university and studied music. And whilst in university, I took a lot of time to go to different networking events and things like that, just because even though uni gives you gives you lots of ideas about things to do, it's difficult to figure out what path to go down. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to take myself and go to a networking event by myself and not be with anyone, and just just throw myself in the deep end, I guess. And yeah, it's just from there building contacts and things like that, and getting out to open mic nights and starting to just get a name for yourself, really. I think getting out and about and doing live shows, that was definitely key for me to develop and grow. Um, so yeah, they're dearly missed, dearly missed this year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that as musicians, as artists, that not being able to perform in front of people physically for a lot of people is like damaging,
100%.
soul destroying.
Literally.
Because you really can't convey that emotion
No.
if you're not in front of people. Like, I think there's something hair raising about seeing an artist, seeing a musician right in front of you,
Yeah.
feeling like every note, feeling that emotion, seeing their expression, seeing their stance. Like, there's something to be said about that. So I agree with you, not being able to actually go to open mics, hold open mics, see
Yeah.
artists like yourselves actually perform. It's not the same. But we have to give you your rounds of applause and your props. You're doing the best that you can in the times that we're in. And I think as an artist, being able to really use the skills that you have and transfer them through time is a testament to yourself. So you're doing what you can do in the times that we're in. So you have to still give yourself like a round of applause.
Thank you. It's I know it's tough for so many people, artists and just entertainers. Well, it's tough for them, just entertainers. It's for everyone in all industries, but especially when it comes to art,
Mm-hmm.
that's crowds, isn't it? That's crowds of people coming together to enjoy music or to enjoy a theatre production or things like that. And when you can't do that, you know, it's tough for a lot of people, but we have to stay positive. We
Definitely,
have to stay
definitely.
positive and all this, yeah.
So have you ever released any music?
Yes, I have. I've got my Spotify. It's Tracy R, and you can find some music on there. And I've also got some projects coming out before the end of this year as well. So looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that.
Love that. And what's your process when writing or when you go into the studio, or how do you find producers? That's a big question. So I'll start off with that question first. How do you find producers to work with or that you have a connection with to feel comfortable to actually start a project? So what's your process in finding people that you work with?
It varies. It can be from just going out and networking. If it's not that, then sometimes producers will just reach out to you, or someone will mention you to someone else, and then it just kind of it comes from all different places, really. And then, of course, listening to each other's work and seeing if it can kind of be on the same page musically. But I think something that's really important is the communication when you're working with people, because you want projects to get finished and completed, and you just have to be on the same wavelength, let's say, because lots of things can get held up. So it's always just good to have your own thing also going on the side whilst you're also like collaborating with people, I'd say.
That's dope. Yeah. So have you got any music that's recently been released or anything that you're working on at the moment?
Yes, I've got some singles. Those will be coming out before the end of this year, and also a mixtape as well. And I've got a collaboration coming out with an artist, originally from Jamaica, but he's now based in New York, and that's really, really dope. That one should be out hopefully this month, if not next month.
Oh, excited.
We'll look out for that, definitely.
So, do you have something prepared for us tonight then?
Yes, I do. I've got a track off of my upcoming mixtape. It's you may recognize. I think you will recognize this instrumental. It's well, I've got this instrumental, and I'm also doing an original. So this is the No Guidance remix. This is my remix to it on my mixtape. And I've also got another track which is called It's Not Working. And with that track, I just think for any kind of situation you're in that you're not happy with, it's just sometimes it's just best to walk away and just say it's not working instead of keeping yourself in a situation where you're unhappy. So that kind of sums up that song. It's about a relationship, but I think it can be applied to all different circumstances in life or in situations.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Well, we're ready when you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure. I hope my mic and my music's not going to be too loud. I've turned it down, but my computer has been acting crazy. So, okay, this is my No Guidance remix. Can you hear the music? Yeah, you're rocking with Tracy, baby, Tracy, baby. Yeah, you're rocking with Tracy, baby, Tracy, baby. You got it, girl, you got it, babe. Let me tell you, you got it, boy, you got it, boy. Yeah, I see you working on you, it's worth it. Yeah, every good thing you get, you deserve it. You're rocking with a bank, just for certain. That's where I start to believe in a perfect boy. You got it, boy, you got it, boy. Let me tell you, you got it, boy, you got it, boy. I don't wanna play no games, play no games. The day I met you, knew I'd take your last name. Mess me up in the worst damn way. I know you're tired of the same old thing, yeah. Cause you got it, boy, you got it, boy. Yeah, you got it, boy. It's straight facts that you back yourself a winner. Look at this damn flower, someone different. I'm so invested in my future, baby. That's in my messed up when I became a lady. I love it just how we get down. To business, bust moves, the clear out. And all the things are mutual. And not to mention nothing about the spiritual world. Cause you got it for you. I don't wanna play no games. I'll take your last name. I know you're tired of the same old thing, yeah. But you got it for you. You got it, boy. I just really wanna love you, baby. Hopefully I'm gonna have your babies. I don't even wanna go back home. I just really wanna love you, baby. Hopefully I'm gonna have your baby. I just can't leave you alone. It's Tracy and Black Eyed TV. And that is my No Guidance remix.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Sweet.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
That was dope. So that's on your
Oh, you never like that. Thank you.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
on your latest EP.
So that's going to be, pardon, sorry?
Is that on your latest EP?
That's on my upcoming mixtape. So that will be out in November, and there's a whole bunch of other songs and stuff. That's called The Trace Fix, and November. So definitely look out for it.
will do. We will do.
So fabulous, like actually physically live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bass.
See as well that from the way you actually sung it, that you can tell that you are a performer. You can see. So I can't wait for us to be back on live shows so we can see Tracy R actually perform.
Oh, it would be dope. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, you have to. Physical show. You're dead.
Thank you.
Have you ever done any visuals? So have you done any music videos or anything like that?
Yeah, that's some music videos on my YouTube. It's Tracy R, and you can see some visuals on there. There's a few on there.
No, we love that. Perfect. So do you have 2 performances for us this evening, or is it just one?
Yes. If we've got time, I can do another one. Or...
Fine.
Okay, so this one is called "It's Not Working." This is the song I was talking about. Just to everyone who's tuned in, hey to all of you, and yeah, if there's any kind of situation that you find yourself in that you're not happy in, don't be scared to walk away, because sometimes it's the best thing to do. So this is "It's Not Working."
Why do we make up just to break up inside? I'm alive on the outside, but I'm dying inside. It's not what I used to, and I'm scared to try something new. I just need you to make up your mind. Give me your time, show me your love, and that's all that's required. I don't wanna push you to do something you don't wanna do. I can promise that I'll be willing to wait for you. I really have to call you out, 'cause I really don't have wasting my time. I'm too cute to be sitting on shelves like that, when I'm really meant to be in my prime. It's not working, it's not working. Are you happy? Are you happy? It's not working, it's not working. No. Our house is just a shell as our silence fills the air. How we used to talk for hours to see us now. I ain't gonna judge you. You go find someone new. Just need you to make up your mind. Give me enough time to pack up my things. That's all I require. I don't wanna push you to do something you don't wanna do. I can't promise that I'll be willing to wait for you. I really have to call you out, 'cause I really don't have wasting my time. I'm too cute to be sitting on the outside, and I'm really meant to feel right. It's not It's not working. No. I really have to call you back. I really don't like wasting my time. I'm too cute. I'm too cute. It's not working. It's not working. I get happy, baby. It's not working. It's not working.
And that's it. It's not working.
I love that one. It's not
Hey.
Thank you. That's available to stream on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere. And there's also a music video on YouTube as well.
Perfect. See, I love an artist that plugs themselves. I don't even have to ask.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Butch.
Hey, bro.
Definitely. We're going to have to send you the details, Tracy. Butch is our resident DJ, so we're going to need you to send your track to us so we can get it played on Total Exposure.
I need that. Solid voice. Love the voice, the tone. Banging.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Butch also put in the comments that he checked out Art by Nature's artwork on Instagram.
Oi, let me say something right now about Art by Nature, if you don't mind me going in. I had to just, because you know when someone says, oh, I was doing this and I was doing that, and I thought, nah, let me have a look. When I mean expressive colors, I saw the zebra, the lions, the tigers, and then you could see the abstract ones that she was talking about, where like I can tell when she said she started off with something and then it turned into something else, but she kept her format inside it. Sick. If you haven't done it by the end of the show, or if not after the show, make sure you go and check out her Instagram. There's some powerful, and the colors as well. You're not afraid to do the strong, bold colors, man. So salute to you, man. I'm definitely looking forward to see if I can afford to grab something, man. That is nice, proper. No, I can tell it's high-end art. It's not no silly business. It's proper stuff.
Yeah.
It's proper.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. There's no gassing on either. It's proper. When I mean, I was scrolling. Like, I've got to get in the show, but let me look. And it was nice. It was really, really.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it up. Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I like the two-piece idea as well.
Definitely.
Where the story follows in the left and right. It's really sick.
Yeah.
Definitely. Guys, as Butch said, if you haven't already done so, we'll give you some time. Switch over right now. Instagram technology does not prohibit us anymore. Switch over to Instagram real quick. Follow _ Art by Nature. Go and check out her artwork. You can see some of the beautiful pieces that we have on screen right now. Dope. Just beautiful work. So go and follow her, and get your coins saved up so you can get one of them pieces in your house.
Yeah, that black and gold one at the top there. Oh, mate, there's some sick ones on there. There's the dog. Yeah, the dog. Look at the zebras. The zebras are sick. Look at the tiger.
Tiger. Boy. Love me a tiger.
Beautiful work.
And then I saw what she meant by there's the t-shirt, when she said that she's done the art and then she broke it up into 3 pieces and put it on the shirt. It's sick.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Go check it out, guys. And we're definitely holding her to the challenge. We will be bringing her back.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy, because you can see that it's an expressive style as well. So it would be good to see. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Just crazy. Guys, go over to her now. Follow her at _Art by Nature. Or you can check out her website, which is www.venitanicole.com. Thank you so much. Tracy, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Jason. And Miss Chrome.
Tracy.
Is it Tracy? Tracy. Your voice is absolutely beautiful.
There's a lot of soul. I know you class yourself as pop, but there's too much soul in that voice there, man. Real talk, I can hear it. 20 odd years of DJing, I can hear soul, and I can hear it. Hear it.
That's what we love about having Butch on the show, is that he brings so much knowledge in terms of being in the business for so long. But he knows we don't bring no foolishness on the show.
Yes, facts.
Level.
So Yeah, thank you, Tracy, for coming on and sharing that beautiful voice with us. Plug in your music so beautifully. Go and check out her music, Tracy R, on all social media platforms. You can check out her latest song, and she's also got a song coming out in November, which will be available. It will actually be her mixtape. So you're not getting one song. How many songs are they going to be getting, Tracy?
There's 11 on the mixtape, and there's also singles dropping before then.
11.
You've been productive. You've been busy.
So guys, you will be in for a treat, and I can't wait for it to come out so we can play some of those bangers on Total Exposure right here when we have our vibe session. So we look forward to it. November, the mixtape will be dropping, and so you can keep up to date with when it will be coming out, guys. Go over and follow her. Instagram details are right there at Tracy Art Official, and we've also got _art by nature. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We've got our vibe session now, so you're more than welcome to stay and dance with us, because this is the actual part where we enjoy ourselves. But you have to go.
In the house.
We understand. But if you can stay with us, this is our vibe session. This is where Butch takes over and gives us nothing but vibes.
Yeah. Mr. Riggs, I'm in the backstage. Oh, you got me in the show. Lovely. Let's have a look. This is some of the stuff due to our technical difficulties last week. I've got some of the tracks from last week.
I'm looking forward to it. Do we get a bonus track this week, Butch? Because we didn't get to play those tracks last week, but we got this week as well. So do we get a bonus, like a little bonus?
Oh, just 5 minutes. Additional 5 minutes. What?
Check. Am I in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Guys, if you haven't been with us already, if you haven't been with us before, if you don't know what to do, go and like this video.
Hey everybody, what's good? Butch Cassidy there. This is Total Exposure. We are winding down the show, but it's still a vibe. I tell you what, we had an artist last week, and I was meant to play her song, and I'm going to start off with that. This is Nav. So let's get the show started.
Brown Town, double N-W. What you think I didn't know? I just let it go. I'm not wasting time. I'm about my money, yo. What you think I didn't know? I just let it go. I'm not wasting time. I'm about my money, yo.
Yeah. It's normal. Skid man your ends in a 4-door. Just keep it real, the small talk. We don't waste time. We earn more. Get at me, I'm local. You could never try with the boss. My game, you're lost. Still broke, try floss. Free, what we got. It's a lot, try come for us, it's on top. Fussing, the fussing, I ain't talking, can't be trusting, don't be questioning me. I ain't bluffing if I'm puffing on the flavors, showing love to my haters. And know thy enemies, rule number 1 before get speak and can't be undone. Your closest people can leave you stung, that's why naps don't trust no one.
What you think I didn't know? I just let it go. I'm not wasting time. I'm about my money, yo. What you think I didn't know? What? I just let it go. I'm not wasting time. I'm about my money, yo.
Life's hard, okay, I get that. But dilly-dally waste time, forget that. Stimulate your brain, live to protect that. Cause knowledge is power, never forget that. I aspire to be comfortable, even better rich. Not scraping the barrel on some scrounging tip. Got my plan mapped out, so much time ahead of me. My whole life to fulfill before you leave me in the cemetery. Gotta put the work in, gotta make it right. Mentality's changed, personality stays bright. Listen to my lyrics, you gotta get your mind right. Invested in fuel on the switch. Ignite could be a situation. But what's worse is the motive when faced with frustration. Precise communication. He needed meditation.
Loving the sounds of Nav Nav, Let It Go. Our guest last week.
I just let it go. I'm not wasting my money. What you think I didn't know? I just let it go.
Let's keep it moving. Two artists I've kept my eye on the last couple years. Koji Radical and Shay Lingo. This one's called Dark Days.
Been getting real lately, I just did a Mars missing like my father, tired with my arms up, praying when they cut me, you'll come up me with a plaster. I need you to heal me, hold me like my mother. Been getting real lately, I just did a Mars missing like my father, tired with my arms up, praying when they cut me, you'll come up me with a plaster.
Last year it was Margiela, baby. This year it's therapy. Couple new priorities, turn the pain into monopolies. Mama still call me Hercules, cause she don't know about the felonies. Couple call me family, if I trust them still relative. Smoke good, still a tendency, tend to do the most of the Hennessy. Sipping more, I've been sinning lately, I be late calling for the remedy. Daddy misses, so you carry baggage, cause your mama build you like a Cherokee, the majority of the maturity, so there's no surprise.
Koji Radical, Shay Lingo.
Hold me like my mother. Been getting real lately, I just did a Mars missing like my father, tired with my arms up, praying when they cut me, you'll come up me with a plaster. I need you to heal me, hold me like my mother. Been getting real lately, I just did a Mars missing like my father, tired with my arms up, praying when they cut me, you'll come up me with a plaster.
This one got straight in the inbox. One Day Cole. This one's called Naughty Girl.
Butch Cass.
If I give you money, would you always be my honey? Always be my honey. If I gave you money, would you always be my honey? First when I met this girl, she was looking like a sweet angel. She was looking like a golden girl. Never knew she was a good girl. First when I met this girl, she was looking like a sweet angel. You looking like a sweet angel. Never knew she's a naughty girl. She's a naughty girl. She's a naughty girl. She's a naughty girl. Never knew she's a naughty girl. A naughty girl. Never knew she was a naughty girl. C'est le poteau, c'est le pété. C'est le poteau, c'est le pété. C'est le poteau, c'est le pété. C'est le poteau. Everything we do is a movie. Baby, this cash money, running it with you. I can't wait for you, this counts money. Girl, you bring the best in me, girl, the best for me, No, I like the P. You own my heart and my muscle. When you walk with me, you just know how we do.
Hope you love the music. Hope you're loving the vibe. Total exposure. This is how we wind down the show every week. One Day Cole, Naughty Girl. What was it last week? Nigeria's independent? Another artist that I'll keep my ear open out for has released something. He goes by the name of Ebenezer. This is called Graduation.
Just like that, make it clap like a situation. I'm just trying to pull out where you at. You just gotta
innovation. Round of applause, you deserve a standing ovation. If you let me hit it from the back,
Total exposure. Butch Cassidy having fun. Let's go.
yeah. Only fans when she working. She don't need another for a Birkin. The way she put it on me, I reverse it. She look good, but she way better in person. She don't want the one that's living with their mama, yeah. She don't want that drama, yeah. She all about her comments, yeah. That's blessed up behind me, yeah. Just like that, make it clap like it's graduation, yeah. I'm just trying to pull out where you at. You just gotta send me a location, yeah. Round of applause, you deserve a stand.
It's big in it, Jeff. It's got that vibe in it.
Let me see you throw that in rotation. If you got a big move, let me touch it. Till I wanna feel, say you like when we stretch marks, I got them too, baby. Still your body drives me crazy. I know you got other guys in your mansion. You just want some affection. Let me give it to you how you want it, baby.
It's all about throwing down the real music on road right now. Right here, Total Exposure, Butch Cassidy. Keeping it trill.
Just like that, make it clap like it's graduation. I'm just trying to put it where you at. You just gotta send me a location. Round of applause, you deserve a standing ovation. If you let me hit it from the back, can you see you throw that in rotation?
Touch it, 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 touch it.
As we like to support that homegrown music.
Me and my brothers.
This one landed.
I'll ride for my brother. Put my life on the line.
It's that road music, but I like it. Morrison,
my brother.
Jordan, this is Brothers. Talking about brothers.
Oh, the block for my brother. Strong and strong for my brother, cause that's my brother. That's my brother. My family, my brother, my knees and my ankles. That's my brother.
Fresh music, if you haven't heard it, it's okay, you can Shazam it. It's fine. Let's go.
Me and my brothers. Step up on the sun, all the ain't the sound, that's the rule that we live by. 2 hands on this black midnight, man, pot smoke, we don't know about this fight. I mean, look, that's business as usual with Chinese workers watching on noodles. The police keep kicking my door down, doing more searches than Google. I'm in a white ass like Trump, but this one's good with nothing but. I fill up my van with boxes and drop them off like I'm doing removals. Man, try question what I bring to the table, I'll give him that look like one of our you cool. I brought the table with the chairs and the food, now please tell me what the f*** you brought. My lifestyle's ever so go bang bang, all of my brethren. The ends is snake infested, most man value money more than friendship. You judge a man by a car that he drives, or judge him by the clothes that he's dressed in. I can put it on my life, you ain't seen real money for the more, I can put it on everything. Everyone claims to be loyal to his time to be low, and that loyalty vanishes. Everyone thinks they're a savage till they get drawn out by some real life savages. They say blood's thicker than water, and they say you can't pick and choose your family. Blood might make you related, but where I'm from, loyalty makes you family. Oh, for my brother. Put my life on the line for my brother. Go and do time for my brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
A nice concept, real talk. Morrison featuring Jordan, Brothers.
Brother, cause that's my brother. That's my brother. Brother.
My inbox, it is crazy. Alika. Have a listen to this one. This one's featuring Courtney Bennett, track entitled Action. I think this the EP out. I like it. Listen.
They don't show me love, they show me pleasantries. Like they gon' like my ting, but they won't press retweet. She heard a label like my steez and now she vexed with me. If I were I'd lose my helpful in this industry. That's why I look to within, to free the real in the booth. I keep it clearer than cling and serve the sauce like it's food. I've been so close to the brink, that's why my music the truth. I wanna see everyone win, we need more
bars.
Vibes rule everything around me. You won't catch me out my yard unless you're matching up my energy. Love to all my enemies. You'll never be a friend to me, but I still wanna see you winning, cause whatever is meant for me, you will always find its way to me. Been doing this satisfaction, really trying to make this shit happen. Yeah.
I don't even see no competition.
We're all on a mission.
They gon' love you till you win it.
Where R&B meets rap.
Yeah, as the money rack up, disappointment stand for something, so they leave me out like Colin Kaepernick. I'm holding one, never need a back up. I'll go LA and we're like bronze, still with my UK flag up. Know where I'm coming from, going where I wanna be. Bitches in the same or so many products of the same routine. Sometimes I get swallowed by the optics, wonder why not me, but we are not the same, and that's okay. My thing is destiny. Working on my talent, planning action, man. I need some money. Wanna get me.
I can't go all the way. You're gonna have to do some homework yourself. But she got another one featuring Big Zoo. Who knows about Big Zoo? Yeah. This one's called Life. I love the bars on it. The way they spit is sick. Yeah. Alika. That homegrown music, let's go.
That's just fast. Work all night to finesse these rats. Never been soft, forget all that. Fuck with me, gon' get her bad. Self-employed, pay my tax. I'm still strapped in all of these rats. I still chill with boys in the hood. I might do like try to move back. Listen, rent due for next month this Saturday. Bills don't stop, so I gotta raise my salary. Tryna buy a yard in my own name with a fireplace. No interest in these breaders. I be flexing on a higher rate. I show up beef with me, now she playing hide and seek. Come on, they don't wanna let me breathe. Why they won't let me be? Hold on. Don't fake friend with me, no new friends like Jizzy. If he say I'm on his line, then his mom must have named him Lizzie. Liar, tryna have it all, gon' get that. On the cloud, I don't respect that. Taking out this year, regret that, but I'm still flying, mine a setback. No,
Total exposure, exposing that real street music from the UK. Alika, Big Zoo. Hang tight, Art by Nature. Thank you for coming in. Tracy R, loving the voice. Total exposure, winding down the session.
Let me give them something. Been a little vibe. They ain't been on nothing. Get it with my guys. I don't do no rushing. Patience is the vibe. See the levels you ain't touching, and it's pointless if you tried. I'm one of them brothers that's used to the grind, and I'm trying to make use of my time. Always in the shoe in the night, trying to produce with the rhymes, trying to give him hits to the hoops. Can't dodge that. Now I don't miss when I look. Got bare vibes. I take the piss on the coke. Hella favors that you can't listen to your book. So I ain't known in the game. You don't know I live through music. Trying to get home for the game. Do me so I'm owning my lane. Too high, I'm a soul in the game. Be high, man's rolling the game. Take flight, I'm controlling the plane. To the top, man. To the top, man. To the top, man. To the top, man.
You're gonna have to go finish that. I need to squeeze in. Here's the bonus tracks. Yeah, I love my UK soul. I love my UK soul. And when I saw this name pop up, I thought, oh, this has to play. J Soul and Miss Sean. This one's called Ready.
There's a reason for the crazy things that I make.
Yes.
It's you. I can't find anything that I would want to trade for you. Cause she love me good, she love me good. Hate me cause she me good. She me good, she put it down and now I'm catching feels. I'm catching feels, baby made me wanna bust it down the way she built. And girl, you never take control. And it shows. The way you take the kiss from my fucking heart, I'm so in love.
Are they gone? I can still see. Bye, ladies.
Baby, are you ready for love? 'Cause I'm ready for love.
Baby, are you ready? Tell me that you ready. Are you ready for love? Tell me that you ready for love. Yeah. Oh. Look at that skin, it just glows.
Loving the soulful vibe.
Out the way now. Look at you, happy you show. It's written all over your face now. The baby, you came from the struggle, starting to finish, you finish.
But you got to look forward to the Total Exposure mix coming sooner. Have a listen to this one. Last one. This one is Nat Slater from West London. This one's called Pattern Up, featuring ZZ.
Always with my patience, boy. Even
Bush Cass.
So boy, I tell about. Looking in the mirror, didn't recognize me. No, never been the type to fall at your feet. Oh, what happened to reciprocity, baby? No.
myself to pattern up. I don't really need your love. Tell myself to pattern up. No. Tell myself to pattern up. I don't really need your love. Tell myself to pattern up.
Once again, big shout going out to Art by Nature and Tracy R.
Pattern up, don't need your love. Pattern up, don't need you. Pattern up, no.
Loving the R&B vibe.
Pattern up, don't need your love.
Right here, Total Exposure.
Pattern up, tell myself to pattern up. When your head's around your finger, thinking you're the puppet master, boy. Now I finally know my worth. You ain't it. Now you ain't. No. Looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking.
Yes.
Damn, son.
Little.
Damn.
I just love our vibe session. I love our vibe session. You can't beat it.
No.
And as Butch Cassidy said, our playlist, our vibe session playlist will be coming soon. So look out for that. If you're not already following us, if you're not already following us, go ahead over to @Total Exposure UK on Instagram. Follow us there, or you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook. Also Total Exposure UK, or you can find us right here every single Thursday night, 9 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. bringing to you all creatives, exposing all our beautiful creatives out there, giving them the exposure that they need, and having fun with it. I love it, but I have fun. I have fun doing what I do and being with my beautiful business partners, Miss Chromes and Gems, and obviously Cassidy in the house every single week playing those tracks. I'm like the first one to Shazam the songs that I don't know. I always say I love finding out new music. So anytime Butch comes on, you never know what he's going to play. And that's what I love most about it. We don't know what he's going to play. We don't know what he's going to bring. We don't know what new music he has. But I always have my phone ready and waiting.
Good. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's always an honor and a pleasure to dig deep and support what I've always supported, which is the homegrown stuff, the stuff from our back gardens, the stuff around us, and then mixing the international flavors. So yeah, Total Exposure all the way around, man. Let's do this.
Definitely. We want to say a big thank you, huge thank you as well to the special guest that joins us today. We had Venita Nicole, also known by Art by Nature, beautiful UK artists. If you haven't done so already, go and check out her work on Instagram, which is @Art by Nature, or you can go and check out her work also on our website, which is www.venitanicole.com. And we had the beautiful Tracy R, beautiful voice. You can follow her music definitely on Instagram, which is @Tracy R. Or you can go and stream her current music, which is on there. And she also has her mixtape, which is about to drop next month. So if you did like the sound of Tracy, make sure you look out for that. Definitely we will be spinning some of her tracks on our show when they do drop. And we have also challenged Art by Nature to come on our show to create an exclusive Total Exposure piece right here in front of you. So guys, if you liked what you saw, stay tuned because we will be setting that up very soon. As I said already, if you're not currently following the Black Eyes TV 7 channel, go ahead right now, subscribe to the Black Eyes TV 7 channel, like this video, send it to all your people right now, and then go ahead on Instagram and follow us over there again @Total Exposure UK. it's been a great show every single week. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, today was a vibe as always.
As always. Have we got anything new that's happened in the week that anyone wanted to bring up before we do close out?
My house is already finished.
No, I know we did see a quick article that said anyone who's into, like, was it the arts or music or something like that, they should find a new hobby. I saw something. I did see a post or something.
Was it on Grind Daily? No, they reposted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but another member of parliament today went in and said that that the higher members of parliament need to go and talk to the guy who said it, because that is very disrespectful to the British community, because 100%. There's a lot of professionals who are out here who are creative, and especially with the new, like the next generation, you know, the creative thing hasn't been labeled like that for a long time. So there's new people coming into it saying, I am a creative. Why are you throwing dirt on it? So he actually asked members of parliament to go and speak to that guy and say that narrative needs to stop. Stop. It needs to stop. You do not, like, just because someone's into music, someone's into artist, or you know what I mean, whatever creative side of it is, you don't you know, poo on them. I was going to swear. You don't you don't do that and do it on a national scale to make people think that their lives are worthless. And I think, you know,
so much deeper. Like there's video editors that are considered as creatives.
Yes, and that's what the guy said. The guy said, well, I do art, and there's two members of parliament that are in here that are actors, that, you know, they've done the arts. What is he saying? That they should actually retrain and not do it? You know, sometimes, yes, you do have it as a sideline, but it could be a professional sideline for some people where they are multi-talented. They might be a member of parliament and a radio presenter or a TV host, or, you know, something creative, a producer. So what are you going to tell them? They shouldn't have that second thing. And for some people, it's full time. Yeah. So, you know, there was backlash on it, and well-deserved backlash on it, I think.
Yeah. I'm proud of our British community.
Yeah. I think it was a wrong thing to say.
Yeah, and I'm happy someone pulled them up about it, and that there was someone standing up for or speaking on behalf of the creators, because I feel like oftentimes things are being said and no one challenges it. So I like that, you know, someone challenged it and said what a lot of us were thinking when we saw that. So
in the same room as the man who said it, and the same similar job title. So in other words, it's in the right language where he can understand that you're wrong, mate. you've done a wrongers, like, hold it down. So it's definitely, it's good.
And I really don't think they understand in the detriment that they're saying it, because just imagine, I could never imagine living a life without the arts creatives. Like,
so
how boring would life be?
Dead, sorry, it'll be dead.
It's got a healing sense to it as well. So getting rid of that, it's therapeutic for some people.
Yeah.
It can't be controlled, and I think that's all they fear.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Butch. Something that can't be controlled, that's always going to be a threat to those people, those like-minded people. So I agree with you on that, Butch. But thank you again for joining us. Thank you to all our viewers, those who participated in the comments, and those of you who are silent and just watched and jammed with us. We appreciate every single one of you. We thank you for rocking with us another week on Total Exposure. If you want to know more about what we do, again, go and check out our social media pages, like this video, subscribe to the Black Eyes TV7 channel, and find us right here next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. with myself, Jaisha, Miss Chromes, Gems, Cassidy, and the beautiful guest and the beautiful guest that we'll have on next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. We out.
Peace
Total
out.
exposure.
One of these, it'll all be over. It'll all be over. And we won't have to cry no more. And we won't have to cry no more.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to another Total Exposure for the Culture Show. My name is Jaisha. We're going to be talking to some independent artists and finding out about their journey. People can get some advice
always supporting, and yeah, we've got a special guest as Jai mentioned. So Kira.
Two different artists. I'm not standard, forward, not backward. It's a baby, don't see that. You know that I feel ya. That's your